Well, hello guys. It's definitely a Monday, and it's one of those days that there's just not enough caffeine. I don't think there's enough caffeine to make today work. But the lighting's good, so it's a good time to shoot a video. I've got good natural lighting right now. So, what are we gonna look at today? We're gonna look at this. And it's a nice fixed blade. But before we get into that, if you're watching it on headphones, turn down your volume because here comes a little bit of music. So what have we got? We've got a fixed blade. Now this is a discontinued model. So this is a fixed blade by Ramon under the Chaves American Made brand. Now that moniker does no longer exist. It's just Chaves knives. So this was before the actual collaboration with Riyadh to bring his knives to market as production. This was a different variant of that. So this is the Redemption by Ramon Chaves. It is a fixed blade. So it's a really nice one. It's really comfortable. I do have one thing that I will point out when we get into it that is kind of odd. If you've ever met Ramon, you'll see what I'm talking about. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get the camera turned around. We'll take a good close look at it. It's pretty simple, bare bones kind of thing. So we'll take a good look at it from the top down. So you guys hang on a second, and I'll meet you down at the Chris Reeves microfiber in just a second.
Guys, what have we got here? Well, we have got a very nice fixed blade done by Ramon. The lighting was a little off, so I do have my ring light on for some diffuse lighting. Let's just capture the finish on this. So let's go ahead. Let's get through some specs. Let's get that out of the way, and then we can talk about the knife. So this is the Chaves American Made Redemption, I'm sorry. So you guys know that Ramon has the Redemption, which I don't have one, but he has a 228, which is based on the Redemption. This is the Ultramar Street, which is basically a smaller version of the 228. And then he has a production full-size version called the 229, which it's basically this same blade. You guys have seen it. I've had the 229, the 228, both on the channel, and my little Redemption Street here. So basically what this is a fixed blade version of the Redemption, which is a very, very nice knife. So first of all, the wrap on this is incredible. Just wanted to throw that out there. Let's go ahead and get some specs. So you're looking at 3.5 inch blade length okay, so this is in CPM 3V. You see right there, 3V. So this one is done in CPM 3V. It's got a blade length of 3.5 inches, handle length of 4.25. And since the fixed blade, your overall length is just going to equal that up, which is 7.75 inches. And if you want to know what that is in centimeters, I'm sure you can look it up. So like I said, CPM 3V, drop point, full flat grind. So this knife came out a while ago. It's actually discontinued. It does not have actual handle scales. You can see it was done really well. This is a really interesting way of doing this, and I may start doing some knives like this where I wrap handles. 2 holes, skeletonized in the middle, 1 piece comes down. You can pull that so tight. This is as tight as I've ever seen a wrap like this on a knife. 3V, good steel if you're an outdoor kind of guy. This knife, however, as much as I like this knife, does have one flaw that a lot of the Chaves knives do. It is very thick at the very front. This front is way thicker than the rest of the knife. It's every bit as sharp, it just doesn't cut as well. It's very thick, there's not as much distal taper. It gets real thick right here and then stays thick. So it's a flat grind. I wish this would have done well with a hollow, because you can just feel there's a thick spot. Right there is where it starts, and you just lose some of the cutting capability of it because the edge geometry starting here is so thick. And then as you can see, it's really thick there at the tip. So let's go ahead. We'll get the scale. we'll get to scale, and I wanted to point out something to you guys because I'm going to let you guys make the decision on it. So before we go into actually weighing it, I'm going to ask you guys which one of the Nick Shabazz stickers that Nick sent me should I put? Should I put I'm a certified gem there, or just the Nick Shabazz, the good, the great, and the ugly, just because Nick sent me a couple stickers when he sent me back some stuff I had loaned him. So I thought it would be cool if we put one of those on the scale somewhere. I'm thinking that one, but whichever one doesn't go on here is going to go on my gun safe. So let's go ahead and get the weight on this. So like I said, they said online it's 4 ounces. And they are right on the money. So 4 ounces, and it changed a little bit because I was messing with it. But let's go back out and zero it. And let's see. 4 ounces. So in grams, for those of you that don't do freedom units, that would be 113 grams. It's not a heavy, heavy knife, but it's so much lighter because of the skeletonization. Let me go ahead and get the scale out of the way. So like I said, this is a beefy knife. There's only a couple small things I have with it. Like I said, it's really thick. It is really thick. I do not dislike thick knives, but I wish it was a little, like I said, I wish it didn't have such a thick spot starting like right here and up. It would cut so much better to front. I have the same issue with this knife. Love this knife. I would never get away with it, or get rid of it, I should say. But this knife, great. Super, super thin hollow here, but then it is just real thick at the tip. It's not any sharper here. It just cuts better here. So I do like the aesthetic that you get with the Chaves knives. All of them, he stays pretty tight to his design language that you can just pick one of his knives out of a lineup, a lot like Elliot. And the other thing too, like, it's nice to be able to do this because Ramon is such a nice guy. He really, really is. So as a fixed blade, this does come with a sheath. This is not the original sheath. I actually sent this off for Matthew to Armitage Carry and got a not necessarily a better sheath, but a different profile sheath for him. This is a very good sheath. If you can get anything that Matt does, they're great. He does some good work down there in Florida. But like I said, this is a really nice light scout carry knife if you were carrying it. The only issue I've got is the lanyard. I'm not sure if this lanyard got shortened, but all the ones I saw online look the same. And the problem with it is, like, my hands are actually, like, my hands are probably bigger from fingertip to fingertip than Ramon, but Ramon's hands are so thick, I can't get my hand in here. So I know that Ramon did not do this lanyard. I don't think, I can get it in, but then once I've got it in, that puts that knife in a very awkward position with the lanyard. It's not serving the purpose I would want it to. It has it canted at a weird direction because it's just, well, it's too short. So the, oh man, please don't tell me I got this stuck on my hand. The actual lanyard, I thought we were gonna have some technical difficulties. The actual lanyard's a little bit short. Now, this one is done in a stone wash. It is very attractive in a stone wash. You can see all of the blade markings. You can see the finish. No hot spots on this knife at all. Everything's been chamfered nice and smooth. I would like to see, if this was an outdoor knife, I'd like to see a sharp spot like on the spine where I could strike a ferro rod if I needed to, but you can always, 3V is really resilient. You could always pick a spot on the blade and just kind of hit that ferrocerium rod and think to yourself, all right, well, I just won't cut anything right there for a little bit. So really comfortable in hand. It's not a small knife at all, but let's go ahead and get some size comparison. So you've already seen it. Some of you guys will know this is the Redencion Street, the Ultramar Redencion Street that Ramon did with Riat. So you can see it's just about the same length, but a good bit broader blade on this one. Another knife that most people are going to know, I'm using some larger knives because this is a fixed blade. There's a Spyderco Endura for comparison. It's the Endura's maybe an inch bigger, inch longer. And then, as always, the Sabenza 21, which the 21 is just a little bit longer, maybe half an inch longer, but much broader blade on this. And this is a steel that I would not shy away from doing some hard tasks with. So let's take a good look at this. Let's look at this thing real good close. I keep hitting the tripod. Like I said, I love the fact that this is wrapped so tight and so well, and the unique way that he decided to do that with the one cord going all the way through, the rest of it wrapped, and that allowed him to basically just keep it as tight as he wanted. I may borrow that design, but I mean, there is no give. Like, you can't even push that in. So, all right, guys, like I said, the redemption. Let's go ahead and turn this around and do some final thoughts on this knife.
So what can I say about it? I mean, like I said, this is a great knife. It is discontinued. I did find it a couple places. So I found what basically most places were selling them for on the primary market if you were a first buyer. So this knife was, where did I put it? Let's see here. So this knife was $230. That's what I believe MSRP was. I did find one of these with a DLC coating on Arizona Custom Knives for, no, I'm sorry, I found this exact one for $295. Now, they did have a DLC version. Couldn't find a price for that. It just kept, everywhere I found it said it was out of stock. So these have went away. I just sharpened this for Matthew because I was doing a video, so I touched it up here a few weeks ago in prep for doing a video. But yeah, this is a great little nice little fixed blade knife. And with this sheath, it would sit and go really well scout carry. So that's about it, guys. Like I said, like, I like the Chaves knives. I like the aesthetic. I definitely am a fan of his folders, and a lot of people don't like it. My friend Christian over at Cerberus Knives, we argue about this pocket clip. I find this pocket clip attractive. I like it. I wouldn't want to change it. He doesn't like the big garish pocket clip. There's things that, like, there's some things that I just really find attractive and interesting and eye-grabbing, and I like things like that. So this knife, for me, is pretty great. It's not a real great working knife, but I love the Chaves knives. And Ramon's just generally a great guy. I hung out with him in Vegas at USN on my birthday, as a matter of fact. After I had my birthday party with Aaron Frederick and Nick Shabazz and some of the other guys, we actually went back up and I went to the Cove and I hung out with Ramon till probably 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So lots of fun, really great guy. So just so you guys know what's going on, I'm trying to get some videos filmed. We have definitely got to find a property to move into, have not seen anything yet. I'm starting to get things packed up. I'm actually starting to work the paperwork stuff for the new business model. As of this week, I just sent off a bid. So that you guys know what's going on. I will try to keep up with content, but I can't promise. But I'll let you guys know what's going on. And hopefully we will have a new area for me to film in before too long. I definitely want to have that set up. If I can find a place where I can do it outside, that'd be great. If not, I'm going to set up whatever room is my office is going to have a section of it that is nothing but YouTube filming. So yeah, guys, that's it. Take it easy. Let me know which sticker you guys think needs to go on the scale. I'm leaning towards I'm a Nick Shabazz certified gem. I'm believing that that's the one I'm going with. So, all right, guys, I love you all. Take it easy. I'm going to try and film another video after this and try and get stuff edited and up so at least there's content for you guys to see. I feel bad. You know, I promised I'd try to get at least 2 videos out a week, and I have not done that for several weeks now, so I apologize. I love you guys. Take it easy, and I will see you next time. I absolutely forgot. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. If you really like the channel, you can give me an applause, which is basically like super chat for pre-recorded videos. And if you really like the channel and you want to support the channel, you can go down. There's a membership tab. All the money that goes into that gets eventually will get back into the channel. I'm working on it right now. I have money saved up and I'm thinking about getting something specific for the channel, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So, guys, as I said before, I love you all. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video.